this computer. Now we're recording, yay!
Woo!
So your business plan is your plan of action. So it's not your daily to-do tasks, but this is going to be an overall how your 2021 is going to look at a glance. And so having a calendar that's big, you can hang up on your wall and you can see every single day, what should I make sure that I get done today that's going to lead me to future business as well. So we're going to talk about how to organize all of it, but I just want to have you be in the mindset that when you have a completed business plan, I'll show you. This is my 2020, which we know is a complete waste, but mine's all color coordinated. Okay, see the color coordination. This is 2019. I keep them and I'll tell you why I keep them. But you can see they're all color coordinated because when I hang this up on a hook right at the top of my my desk, then I know I can just look every single day and see, is there something highlighted? Is there something that I need to be doing that's part of my business plan? And so this is, like I said, not a to-do list. This is going to help you break down your goals into bite-sized chunks, not feel overwhelmed, as well as, like I was saying in the live video earlier on the team page, is if life happens, you can still be on autopilot and your business is going to run and not crumble. And that's really important to make sure that we have that in place because life happens. The whole world shut down this year, but on top of that, we've had a lot of personal things happen, right? In our businesses, in our lives that are specific that we could have never guessed is going to happen. And so we want to have that leeway so that you can feel like you are in control of your business 100% of the time. So first is you have to have the right supplies. What I do is I have a Dollar Tree calendar like this, and this is a draft. So I'll just throw in dates of everything that I think I want to have happen, my flash sale dates, my dates for team things, corporate dates, they all go in the just draft calendar, okay? Kara and Andrea are showing off who has a bigger dick, aka who has a bigger gel pen collection. Okay, and so highlighters, colored pencils, markers. So I got off of Amazon, I have planner pens. They're color coordinated as well. So that way they don't bleed through paper, which I really like. And then I got, you know, my matching set of, you'll see they all match. My pens and my highlighters, my markers, they all match. And I do that for a reason. So in my head, it stays as organized as possible, and I know where I need to be when type of thing, and what I need to be focusing on. Tico's got her highlighters. I get so excited over highlighters, girl. Oh, I love it. I love it. So you want to make sure that you do, it could be two different ways. The most effective way that I found is by using Post-its. So you'll write on a little Post-it like flash sale 2021, and you put it on a specific date. Right? And then you put on other things and then you're like, okay, do I really want my flash sale on the day or not? Because then you can just pick up and move the Post-it before you actually commit to that date. So by writing down all the things you want to accomplish on separate Post-its, whether it's flash sales, whether it's you want to do a birthday party a month for your clients, customer appreciation events, bingo, right, is huge too. Those types of things, you want to write them down on Post-it so that way it's not permanent on your plan. However, you're making sure that you're setting a day and time aside for it already. And I will tell you, one, it's easier on you because you don't have to try to think of a date that's going to work well. You already know it works well. But two, it also works out so that way you have your clients will know. And so you'll have more people able to attend when you have the dates already lined up. And you can even give a schedule of events in your VIP groups to say, hey guys, these are some dates you should be looking out for this year. Keep an eye out on my page. So that way it's not as random. And during that time, people are more likely to expect those types of things, and it holds you accountable to actually following through with that. And I'll explain a little bit later what all that means. So you want to have the right supplies, your calendar, your highlighters, your Post-its, your colored pens, whatever works well for you, and designate each color. So for me, pink is pink sapphires. You guys already know pink sapphires. We do a ton of stuff with the team. Green, parties, bingo, whatever else. Money, yes, baby girl, money. Green. Networking is orange. Anything that's BNI, any online networking events, anything like that. Yellow is personal, which unfortunately a lot less used than the other colors. and blue is corporate events. So anything that I know I'm going to have to take the night off for, we have Live, Love, Win at 9 o'clock tonight, anything like that goes in blue. So if I'm traveling to train for corporate, or if there's a corporate event or something happening, it's always in blue. In my brain, those are the colors that work best for me. They've worked the best for me for 2 years already that I've been doing this. And so I just stick with it. So in my planner, I color coordinate as well, and I keep it organized as well. And I'll show you a little sneak peek of how I color coordinate my planner in a little bit, but that's what I do. And that's what these stand for on these business plans. So orange is networking, green is parties, and you're able to do this in advance. I'll tell you about that in a little bit, but you're able to use these colors everywhere to keep organized. And so if you are, is anyone here disorganized? Is anyone here have a hard time with time management, making sure you're in the right place at the right time? Okay, Carrie, don't jump out of your chair. Damn. Okay, so making sure that you have your colors coordinated will help reduce that feel of stress and anxiety, because you know where to be when, and you can plan accordingly. So that way things don't just pop up randomly. Obviously that happens with life, but the more you prepare, the less that kind of stuff happens, which helps reduce your anxiety, which helps you feel like you are overwhelmed because you already have a plan in place and you're not just slapping things together at the last minute, trying to see if something sticks. We're going to, instead of seeing if everything sticks to the wall, we're going to create a plan, and it's going to be different for every single person. So the next step is to figure out your personal schedule. That comes first and foremost before your business, before anything else. So if you have children, what are some things like every Wednesday night, Sam has karate. So you know that every Wednesday night, you're not going to be able to do something because Sam has karate, right? Sterling has jujitsu. I can't even freaking say it. I tried. Okay. But Sterling has jujitsu tonight. I tried. And so we already know, like for Amanda, that Monday nights, that's the schedule, right? And so those dates are very important. If you know that they're going to be in baseball in a season or football later on in the fall, you know, you want to have that on your radar. And especially like if there are dates to sign them up for those things, if there are deadlines for those things, those also go on your calendar, because you don't want to miss those deadlines. You don't want to miss out on that kind of stuff. And you can plan the rest of your schedule around those things. So you're not that mom who has guilt that she's working all the time, right? And you're not there for your kids. The whole point of Pure Romance is that you're in business for yourself. You're never by yourself, but you also are in control of your entire schedule. So you're able to be there for your children whenever you want to be there the most. So that, also vacation. So Joanne takes 50 vacations a year, right, Joanne? I'm kidding. But she already said she has 3 vacations already lined up. Put those on your calendar. You won't be working your regular job. You won't be working Pure Romance. You'll be disconnected and unplugged. And you'll be so thankful that you built your entire schedule for your business around that vacation, instead of trying to move things around at the last minute because vacation, you already know you're taking it. So any dates for work or other priorities that you have for yourself are all in the schedule first. So you want to figure out your personal schedule first with your family. The next step is to set your goals. So they should be SMART. SMART goals means specific, measurable, attainable, relatable, and time-based, time specific. So setting a SMART goal really allows you to break these goals into bite-sized chunks. However, you don't want to take a 12-month goal and divide it by 12, because our Januaries, Februaries, and March, when it's tax return season, people got more money. When it's Valentine's season, that's when we're most busy in Pure Romance. That's our busy time. So if this is your first year in Pure Romance, or you just joined in 2020, January, February, March is always the busiest for us. People want parties. They want to do date night boxes. They want to do all that kind of stuff and create a whole experience. So majority of your goals are going to be broken down into the first 3 to 4 months, a little bit higher than your June, July, August. Just realistically, people aren't really, this year is so different. So People, typically if we're doing in-home parties, that's not really the case right now for us in New York. But, if you're doing in-home parties or online parties or whatever sales you're doing, that's going to be typically lower months. Not for me, but for some people, I guess. I had a $50,000 August, so you can't tell me that it's slow in August. But that's because I worked a lot. Okay, so you want to schedule that. So with your goals, you want to have a couple different categories broken down, and then we'll figure out how to actually organize it. So the first one is your personal retail sales goal. When you have a personal retail sales goal, it should be based off of how much income you want to make, right? So if you want to make $1,000 a month, your retail sales goal should reflect that. So if you want to profit $1,000, you're at a 50% discount just because math is hard. You should be selling $2,000 a month, right? I sell dildos for a living. Okay. I'm not a mathematician over here. All right. Don't judge me. So personal sales goals. So that's going to be your $1,000. So you want to make sure your goals that you can control. You can't control your team sales. You can't control your promotions. That kind of stuff is not in your control. Your personal sales goals is what's in your control. And you want to base it off of your profit margin, and everyone's numbers are going to look different. So, Caroline and Amanda and Jolene and Nicole, they're full-time. So of course they should have higher sales goals because this is their only source of income, right? Audrey, who else is full-time on here? I only have one screen, so I can't see everyone. But so people who are full-time, your sales goals should be higher naturally because you want to make more. If you're doing this for a vineyard, if you're doing this to pay off debt, if you're doing this just as a side, just to have fun, your goals and your numbers are going to look totally different, and your schedule is going to look different as well. So we're going to talk to the full-timers first. If you're full-time, I would say you're working about 20 hours a week. That's including parties, not drive time. Because if you're in California, your commutes are probably hours long compared to our 20-minute long parties. So I'm saying actually at work at a party, 3 hours, right? So say you have 2 parties a week, that's 6 hours. But what are you going to do with the other 14, right? Or other 15, 20. So when you're looking at your schedule, you have to set your office hours. You have to base those numbers off of what you need to make in order to pay your bills. Your number of activations, your team sales, your promotions, like what level you want to hit based off of your team, and the number of parties you do per month is all going to come from that number of what your profit is. If you're part-time, everyone is going to look different, right? So say you want to do 1 party a week. So that's going to be about 3 hours. You should be spending about 1 hour a day in your office or working on your office stuff, whether it's taxes, which, last month we went thoroughly into taxes, catching up on that, catching up on your COO, follow up, that kind of stuff too. That's all going to be put into your about 7 hours of work a week. That should be the typical average of what you're doing. So about 10 hours a week is for about part-time. That's like, you want to make $1,000 a month. You want to make $800 a month, right? Like you want to profit some money. It's probably going to take you about 10 hours a week. And so you need to know those numbers. You need to know how many parties a week do I need to do in order for me to hit whatever I want to hit, because that's going to be affecting your schedule, your party schedule. How many nights a week do you need to take off or set aside for parties, and that kind of stuff. So your goals are going to reflect what your business plan looks like, because my business plan is going to look very, very different, right? So for me, I spend about 40 hours of prep for a flash sale. I can't do that all in 1 week. I divide that about over 8 weeks. And so I need to know what's the date of my flash sale. About 8 weeks before that is when I start prepping it. About 2 weeks after that is when I announce it. And then it goes from there and there and there. So you want to know in advance when you're doing things. Sorry, did my computer just totally mess up? Sorry. So you want to know what your goals are so that you can plan the rest of your events around that. So does anyone have questions about goal setting or what you should expect, especially for new consultants, is if this is your first time and you really don't know what to expect in 2021, let's talk about it. So Nikki, I know you're raising your hand. What, love?
I was just thinking, because as we're going along, I'm taking what you're saying, but I'm trying to write it down so that I have like a really nice setup for myself going into when we talk about busy month, slow season, whatever. I wanted to ask you, when we do like say our mega party or the prize party, every item our customers are ordering is getting a prize, right? So say that's 10%, say that's 15%. So when we're setting our goals, if I'm saying every month I want to make 500 bucks because that's going to cover my car payment and my insurance. That's what my goal is. I have to make sure that, okay, I have a 40% buying discount. If I sold everything full price, that's a $1,250 goal. I need to start thinking, okay, maybe a $1,500 monthly goal, because then I'm going to be offering discounts, whatever, but I still want $500 in my pocket. Like, is there a
100%.
margin for that?
100%.
And here's my mathematician asking mathematician questions.
100. I am not. So I would say about 10%, because hostess credit comes out of your pocket, hostess gifts, promotions, things like that. On average, for the mega prize party, we will have those dates. The masterminds are getting them all together next week. Oh my God, it's in a week. Sorry. Okay. So we'll have all those dates for you. We're going to be doing them, I believe, once a quarter. So you can plan your other events and things like around the team wide stuff as well. But I would say that's about 10% as well. The 10% discounts, but then also it makes up for like those sample packs that you give that cost 50 cents. So it kind of evens itself out between discounts and the prizes that you give away to be about 10%. If you want to shoot more, absolutely. So you can say, hey, I want to make sure I'm buffering in 20% so that I can give extra leeway. Say you have web sales and you're only making 30% on those web sales, right? That could also make a difference between your 30 and 40% too. So it's never bad to add a buffer in. I know Jolene was talking about it in our breakout room, how she has like a buffer set in so that she's not just shooting for the minimum, she's shooting for more. So that way she's not stressed at the end because she was behind. Does that make sense? So that was a fantastic point to bring up. Great question. Marianne, you have a question?
Oh, no. I was talking to Shannon the one night you messaged me that I commented on your thing. I forgot what it was. You inboxed me and told me, and I was talking with Shannon that night. She goes, well, if you're not really seeing active people in your group, or they're kind of just the look-sees, like they'll see something but not, they won't comment on it. She goes, maybe what you could do is offer incentives. How do we go about offering incentives?
They're all different. So some people do a grow the group challenge. Whoever invites the most friends will get 10% off their order, and you just give them the web, 10% off web code that Pure Romance offers. Michelle, do you have a suggestion? You can.
Hi, yes. So I've been doing, for a couple months now, I do top contributors. So the first month it was like out of the blue where they were like, wait, what? But now they know that it's happening. So every month I take a screenshot of the top 10. I tag them, couldn't think of that word, tag them real quick. And I'm like, yo, let's celebrate these people that help keep our group the way it is, help us have fun in here with the comments, blah, blah, blah. So like I make it like a celebration. And I'm like, let's celebrate these women who are helping keep this group so much fun like we like to have it. You guys for the next week get 20% off of any order. Literally posted that on, I think I posted it like the second this month because like I got life, and within 30 maybe minutes of posting I got 2 orders from those people, and then a third person that went, oh no, I didn't make the top but I like need to place an order, can I still place an order? And I'm like, yes you can
I please spend money with you? Please?
Right, for asking. Yes you can.
So rewarding the behavior.
Where to find that if you're confused on where top contributors are. I'm on my phone. I have an iPhone, so I don't know if it looks different. But when you're in your group, you're going to go up to the little badge up in the corner, and there's literally a spot there that says top contributors. I got this idea from Audrey, but each product of the week on Friday, she plays a game with that product of the week. And right now, I have girls that have 100 or 300 comments in the past 28 days because they're playing that game, and it's boosting my algorithms like crazy. So it's like, what is it? It's like for example, it was like hello libido. It's like say hello until I say libido, and then that person wins a prize, and they win either the 10% coupon or they can get it for free when they host a party.
You're welcome for that idea, Caroline.
Yeah, Audrey's a genius.
And then also,
I played that game. Okay.
what's her name? What's her name?
Marianne?
Marianne. Make sure that when you are doing incentives, that it's something that you can do. Don't break the bank to do an incentive.
Yeah.
So when I said that, I want that you're trying to create interaction and you're trying to get people involved. Don't go out and get up a full size product because you think that you have to. Like, don't overextend yourself. Like, it could be something so simple, like they said, like offering 10% off. The 10% is great because you can shoot them to your website right now. We have those generic 10% off codes and they can pop that in. I do something called Coochie Cash. So when I for the customer appreciation, and that I include that with my I just draw 3 ladies from people who participated in the top 10 and people who ordered for me that month. And then I draw something, and then they get to choose like a number, and they always get like $5 Coochie Cash. I mean, like, people live it and they order right instantly. But don't break the bank. That's the thing. Don't overextend yourself. You don't have all these products to be giving out. So I mean, offering something concrete like a 10% off, or something that you can do that's easily attainable.
Yeah.
They just want to be rewarded.
Nicole and then Jolene.
I was gonna say, even like a $5 or a $10 gift card, because you should be charging $8 shipping on every order. So that $10 realistically is going to be like shipping, and you're still making your profit. But if you don't feel comfortable with that, $5 even, if your majority of the products we sell, are 16, 18, 20 plus dollars, that $5 isn't a whole lot, but to them it gets them shopping, and then they may want to add more than just that one item.
Jolene.
So something else that I have found works for me is I connected with I kind of like stole this idea from Sabrina with her flash sale. I connected with a bunch of other women that are independent consultants for other companies. And so I've collected like this huge box of samples from other companies too. So sometimes like my incentive will be like, oh, and you'll get a fun gift bag from me. And that gift bag will not only have like a Pure Romance sample or a couple samples in it, but it'll also have some other samples from some other women too. And that has helped me because like now I have like these women like booking parties with me. They've asked for samples and business cards for me as well. So now they're kind of doing similar things. So not only am I able to keep my cost really, really low for something like this, but I'm also helping somebody else out, and I'm getting my name out there because I've connected with other women.
Absolutely. It's all about who you know. Kayla, did you have something to add?
Oh, I was just going to say that I do with my top people, I do like the top 3 or 5, depending on how big of a gap difference is and the interaction. But I do a free bingo card. So it literally doesn't really cost me anything.
Nothing.
Yeah. And they love it. Like, and I'll halfway through the month, I'll be like, oh, look at our top 3. Who's going to kick them out? Like, and they get all like excited, even though I've had the same person at the very top for like 5 months in a row because nobody can beat that girl. But yeah.
Hey, one day it'll change. So that's one thing that I would recommend. And so putting it in your calendar though, we'll talk about that. Like every first of the month, you're going to announce it. So then they can expect it type of thing. Or the 15th or whatever. So that's for your goals, you should have those goals that we can help you track. And so that's what, okay, is it more about the incentives and stuff, or is it?
Yeah, I just had a reminder of something. It was, so one of my friends that's a Zaya, she does this. She does squares every week or every month or something, and they're $2 a square to win a $50 gift card. So one person wins, but everybody's already paid you for it. So it's actually nothing out of your pocket. It's paid for itself. So that's something else I just remembered. that would be a good idea to get interaction.
I've been killing it with doing stuff like that.
I just want to add that, so obviously what Sabrina's talking about today with everything about like our business plan, stuff like that, think about all of that. But when we're talking about these different ideas and things to do, it is the buffet, okay? You don't have to implement every single thing. Just take one or two things that you're like, I think I want to try that, run with that. And then if after several tries that doesn't work, then try the next thing. You don't have to try every single thing all at once. Just remember, it is the buffet. Take what you need now. You can come back for the rest later.
Yeah,
However, you should be very consistent. So don't try to do it for 1 month and then it doesn't work and you're like, well, that didn't work, I'm going to try something else. Stay consistent with it where you can track. And as long as you're consistent, like a party game, you're at a party and you play a booking game and you don't book a party, but then the next party you might book 3. And so it's really hard to tell how successful it is unless if you're really staying at it for a few months. So just stay consistent with whatever you decide. Give it, 6 weeks, give it 8 weeks, give it once a quarter, change it up. And then you can track your success on that. But I'll actually talk to you guys about that in a second because that's part of number 4. No, actually number 5. I have 6 bullet points. Okay. I'm very organized. And so setting your goals, the whole point of this part to set your goals, 1, helps you put it out there. The more you write down your goals, the more specific they are, the more likely they're going to happen. And so when you have specific goals that you really, really want to hit, when they're in front of your face and you tell the world that you want to hit it, it's more likely going to happen. So that's the first part. But the second part is the accountability. And so in 2021, what I would love to see, Carrie and I back in the day, we used to assign accountability partners and all that kind of stuff. But I really think some sort of accountability portion that we can check in once a month with each other or every 2 weeks with each other and say, like, am I on track for this? Or am I struggling with this? I really think the accountability and consistency in that, it brings a lot of value. And that's a discussion we'll have next week during the masterminds, but having people to cheer you on and also help you with ideas when you feel stuck is very valuable. And with how many people we have on this team, there's so many different experiences, backgrounds, different strengths that we all bring to the table, that would be really, really good to utilize. And so setting those goals is just the first step, but making sure they are attainable. Okay, you're not going to shoot, I'm sorry, but I still haven't hit $1 million team 10 years later. You're not going to shoot your first year in business for $1 million team in 85 activations. You need to be realistic about how much work you can put into it because it's not just going to fall in your lap. You need to be strategic about these things. And that's what I'm trying to teach you guys today, is to be strategic. So you're going to set those personal goals, your sales goals, your activations, your team sales, what level you want to end the year off at, as well as the number of parties it's going to take for you to get there. That's very important. Because if you have to do 8 parties a month, that means that you need to set aside 8 nights a month to party. Jolene was doing something that I think, Jolene, do you want to explain your before you went full time, this whole conversation that we had like the week before, about how you're working smarter, not harder, with a limited amount of availability. You don't have 8 nights a week, but you still have 8 hostesses this month. Can you explain what you're doing?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm kind of doing my own little mega party. So I booked 8 hostesses, and I set aside 2 nights for demos. So they're all in one group. All my hostesses are in one Facebook group where they're adding all of their people. They're all filling out the same registration. They're all competing for all the same prizes. So it's not a prize per party, it's one prize. So I'm doing like a registration prize, a shopping prize, booking prize, and a join my team prize. But it's only one person is winning each of these. So rather than giving away 8 different things at 8 different parties, I'm only giving away 1. So I blocked off, I'm like posting in it now. So like the party is already kind of like started, but on the 15th, which is a Sunday, and on the 19th, I'm doing 2 demos. I'm doing Zoom demos so people can jump on Zoom. If they aren't really Zoom savvy, they can watch it live on Facebook because I'm going to stream it right to the group. So they can either join on Sunday or on Thursday, or if they want to join both days, they can. And then I'm obviously leaving the shopping open for the hostesses through that following Friday, and just focusing on follow-up. But this way I didn't have to find 8 nights to do 8 different Zoom parties, because when I was working full time and taking care of a child and, you know, everything that my husband has going on, I didn't have 8 nights. There was no way in hell I had 8 nights to dedicate to that. So I don't know, I guess just watching the team do it so many months in a row, I was like, why have I not already been doing this? And I booked all of those ladies in 1.5 days.
I love that. Thank you for sharing. So if you don't have 8 nights, but you need to get 8 parties in, you can absolutely use social media and Zoom. If you're doing in-home, obviously you can't be in 2 places at once, so you'll have to find those nights. And it just depends. So for me, you know, I rock an in-home party. My sales are higher, my bookings are higher. They're more effective. However, if you can do 3 or 4 parties in one night, you basically get the same results as you would an in-home, you know, with 4 or 5 hostesses. Kayla, yes.
I just had a quick question for Jolene. You said you did a shopping prize, registration prize, and a join my team prize?
And a booking.
Yeah, well, and a booking, which I guess the booking prize is eligible to everyone. So basically they have to book and hold a party with me. The party has to hit a $500 minimum, and then they will basically get double hostess incentives.
Okay, because I was planning on actually starting that next year after booking all those parties, and now my head wants to explode. So I was like, yeah, we're going to do this once a night. And so
Yeah, and honestly, like it
timing
was
for
like,
stuff.
and I just explained it to the women too. And I feel like it almost, like, I feel like they were more apt to say yes, because I was like, hey, so I'm doing this, you know, I'm doing this like mega pure romance bash, November to Remember extravaganza is what I called it. And I just told them I'm doing like a week's worth of, you know, whatever. I'm doing 2 different demos on 2 different days. So if you want to host a party and get incentives, you can join either day and have your guests join either day. I picked a Sunday and a Thursday, figuring one will work better for pretty much anybody. And I just gave them that option, and I asked if they were interested, and they were all like, yeah. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't hear one no. Out of all the women I asked, like every woman that I asked, I either just didn't hear back from, which I'm okay with that. But everybody that did respond said yes.
And so you booked, so how many people did you reach out to get those 8?
I think realistically, I only reached out to like 12 women. My goal was 10. And I was thinking, I was going back through the people. I mainly kept it to the people that shot my flash sale that said that they were interested in hosting a party at a later date. I didn't really delve too much into other leads that I have. Like I did this right after, you know, our quick little thing in an hour before I went to work. Because I tried to get some parties in for the booking blitz. So I literally did this all in like a matter of like 6 hours. Now, if I would have taken that week and set aside some time to really dig into everybody else that has shopped with me over the past year, probably could have doubled that or tripled it.
Well, now you have time to
Yes,
plan
I
it
do.
out.
I got nothing but time.
Yeah. But it's a good thing to try to see what sticks, see if it works, and then share your results with us. And you're doing it in a group, so you can pre-schedule posts too.
Already done.
It's already done. We love it. Thank you, Jolene, for sharing. And so I wanted to share that too. So we were talking about having 8 parties a month or 4 parties a month, but you don't have 4 nights. You work smarter, right? So you just book one night, but you book it to its max capacity. And so that way you're reaching as many people as possible. And it should definitely grow from there, because the girls, that was like the mega party. You know, how many of us booked parties after the mega party saying, you know, like they enjoyed their time so much, they wanted to do it again with their friends type of thing. And so that's going to be the same experience that you bring with them with Zoom over and over. Every party's an audition for your next parties. Never forget that, right? So it's always who you're going to meet, their experience, they're going to tell their friends, same thing. So that is the third bullet point. The fourth bullet point is to fill in your corporate and the team dates first before you pick your party dates. Because I don't know how many times people have said, I can't go because I have a party. I can't go because I have something else. I'm like, girl, you're not good at planning because you have these dates. So next week, the masterminds we're getting together to plan the 2021 schedule. So we don't have the corporate dates because I don't think corporate has corporate dates of the things that they're going to be doing. I don't know if Atlanta is happening in March, April. So that's also even up in the air. And so you'll see from us a full schedule of events, and you can plug those into your calendar, your business plan. So that way you're not booking parties on nights to conflict with the team meetings or any other team events that we're doing. As well. So that way you can have that already booked. So that's what you want to do in priority. Okay. So you want to figure out your personal schedule and then figure out your team schedule and all that kind of stuff. So like the first one, for example, our team awards night will be on Zoom, and it'll be the second Monday in January is January 11th. So you can mark that in your calendar, the second Monday, January 11th, right? And that's going to be on Zoom. And so that's going to be our Pink Sapphires 2020 award ceremony. You mark that down now so that way it doesn't conflict with anything. And then you know that you're going to be there. It's on Jolene's post-it. Well, that one's a permanent one, so you stick that one on the calendar. February 8th will be the February meeting. And so planning those in advance and putting those in advance allows you to be able to schedule around it. However, say you want to be a mastermind, say you want to be an advanced consultant and up, and you're not there right now, but you know what? That's your goal for 2021. Be an advanced consultant, be a senior consultant. Put those dates as well. We'll have those dates out there. And so the mastermind schedule will be out. And so you're off, you're going to be available those nights because that's already pre-scheduled in your calendar, and it's not something that's thrown to you once you hit it. You planned for that to happen. Right? So maybe in, February you hit it. So you missed the January one, you missed the February one, but in March you'll be there. It's already on your schedule. So that's the fourth bullet point is just to mark in all the team stuff. Make sure that that's in your calendar and ready to go. Once I put the handbook out, so the 2021 team handbook will come out in December before the new year. So you'll be able to figure that out. And then the fifth bullet is to create your party schedule and your office hours. And you need to pre-schedule these dates. Okay, so I do them quarterly for my party dates. Depending on where I'm at for my goals, depending on what my personal schedule looks like, I am booking and looking 3 months at a time. And so in December, I will look at my January, February, and March. I will look at the dates that I want to book, and I'll highlight them green. That means I'm working, whether it's at a party, which I better be booking parties, or it's going to be on my business. And so I set aside however many nights I need to work, and that's what I'm going to do. And if I don't have a party that night, it's not a night off. I still will reach out for follow-up orders. I will reach out for booking more parties in the future, or to follow up with leads, or say someone, you met someone at a party and they're like, oh, I'll order later, and they never do. So you can follow up with those people. So those 3 hours are not a night off. That's your work schedule, right? And so whether you're working on office stuff or you're working on making, money producing activities, that time per week should be pre-scheduled in, including office hours. So office hours could include your back office stuff, but it also could include, working your business, networking, anything like that as well. So like I say, you should touch your business every day. It doesn't need to be 8 hours a day, but if you're touching your business every day, posting in your VIP group, following up with leads, follow up with your customers to make sure that they are enjoying their products. All of that is going to lead to creating a habit, and it's a habit of success. It's a habit of the goals that you want to achieve, and it makes it easier. And then you feel less stressed because it's natural for you. So pre-scheduling all of those dates, those open party dates, when people ask you, I want to book a party, what day do you have? You're not like, oh, let me let me pull out my calendar and hope that I don't book a day that my kid has their graduation party on and it's not in your calendar, so you didn't know it was happening type of thing. You already know the dates that you're going to book a party. So that way you're not stressed and you're not double booking yourself for anything else. And that's really going to help with your scheduling, with your time management. And so having office hours, and they can be different, right? So say your kid goes down for a nap at 2:00 every day, right? That's going to be your office hours. However, the kids don't nap that day because they're being little assholes. So you're like, shit, I need to move my 30 minutes I had scheduled for this, and I need to move it till when they go to bed, right? It doesn't mean that you get that time off. It means that you have to move it around. You still have to accomplish whatever you need to accomplish that day. And sometimes you're going to have a lesser day. So for me, you might do your team stuff, whether it's follow up with leads, whether it's, just talking to people or whatever. You might do that on Tuesdays, every Tuesday, and Wednesdays, you might have specific hostess coaching that you do every Wednesday with all your future upcoming hostesses. Fridays might be specific. And so that's going to look different for all of you. However, making sure that you at least have it written down and that you stick to it is going to be the most important thing for your business. And you're going to start seeing success the more consistent you are, because a lot of people I'll get on a call with, and I help coaching with other teams members too. And they're like, well, I tried everything and this is just not working. And I'm like, okay, so, how many people did you call today to book a party? I don't do phone calls because I reached out to 5 people on Facebook, and I'm like, okay, and what were the results of that? Well, I didn't hear back. Okay, what are the names of those 5 people? All right, so those names of those 5 people, it's like people that they went to high school with 25 years ago and they sent a spam message to, and it's like, well, of course you're not getting results because you're not making them feel like a person. I'd rather see you comment, and this is a hard part too, is if you're on Facebook, you can get sucked in to Facebook, right? The scrolling and all that. Set a timer. If you know that you're bad at keeping focused on a specific task, set a timer for 15 minutes, and you have to get this Facebook thing done within 15 minutes, and then you turn your phone off or you turn your Facebook off and you move on to the rest of the things you need to do. So in that way, you're not spending the next 45 minutes on Facebook scrolling, not making any money, not booking any parties, not doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? So pre-scheduling these are going to allow you to be able to know where should I be and when. And that's what a business plan helps you do. It helps you know where you should be and when with your business, with your personal life. This is an all-encompassing type of thing. What you can do is you can put this calendar right on your fridge, right in your kitchen, right in your family's like main hub of wherever they see it. And you can put everything that's family and business related so that your significant other, your family knows that I'm going to be here at this day and time because I have this already planned. Right? You can do that too. And that would help with reducing any miscommunications with your significant other. I don't know if you've ever had that before. Like you've had something planned for weeks. This one is from Target, and it has like a little section for projects to do and notes. Like on one side, I have Dollar Tree. I don't know. It's the Day Designer. Is the brand Day Designer for both of them. Maybe it's Walmart. I thought it was. Yeah. So it'll help reduce the miscommunication as well. I'm saving marriages here. Okay. Okay. So miscommunication. So you want to make sure that you're setting that expectation up with your business, with your partner, with your family, so that you know where to be when. And when you have that communication, no one can say, well, you didn't tell me that I was going to be doing this, right? They have nothing on it for 2021. I figured. They always say they did it.
I just went on to look at the corporate calendar, you know how they upload everything like live, and there's not one thing after December.
Yep.
I checked through May. There's nothing on there at all through May, at least.
Yeah.
So everything's kind of up in the air. I'm sure World Conference is not happening. Things are getting worse instead of better. So just keep that in mind when you're planning stuff.
Yeah, we're not going to be traveling as much as we used to.
But they will probably do some sort of virtual something instead of World Conference, I'm assuming, because that's what they did for national training. They did a lot of classes online.
And
So
they did awards.
Right. So I'm assuming right. And they did awards in March too. So I'm assuming they'll do some sort of online something.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they'll take schedule the time. What's that?
We get on the yacht.
We need to get on the yacht or the special. I was telling some of the girls, there's a girl in my state that has a Mercedes Benz and she does like a food truck sex toy shit. And I'm like, I need goals right there.
Yeah, hashtag goals.
But yeah, so definitely still kind of schedule that week where you're not planning other stuff, but don't necessarily plan to leave your house. Because it'll probably be online, but there might still be something worth watching.
Yeah, and we should get more, and that's the hard part. This year is so up in the air. Like typically I get a schedule like in September for the following year of all the dates, all the places, all the things. And this year we don't have that. So it's like, we'll figure it out together. But if you at least have your own personal shit together, then when corporate does announce things 3-4 months in advance, it won't be like a surprise, you know?
Plus, you don't have to go to everything that corporate does either. So just keep that in mind also.
Yeah.
Just because they're having awesome stuff and you should go doesn't mean you have to go.
Right. Well, and that's, you know, when stuff conflicts with like family commitments or whatever too, like your family takes priority.
Right.
That's the point.
Family first, always.
Right. So that was section 5. Next up, we're going to talk about promos, events, and filling in your calendar, scheduling your schedule, basically. So scheduling your schedule means, like I was saying before, say that you pick July 12th, Christmas in July flash sale, customer appreciation event, wherever. Andrew, I don't know where I got that idea from. So like your Christmas in July. So you want to plan that you're going to announce it 6 weeks in advance. So on your business plan, you need to write down announce flash sale for whatever date. Because then you're less likely to put it off until, oh wait, I wanted to do a sale, and you waited until you flipped to that month. Okay, so I flip to July, and I'm like, wait, I wonder if it is in here. Oh my God, it is in here. This is July 2020. You flip to July, and you're like, wait, I wanted to do a flash sale, but it's July 1st because you just flipped the calendar. You got to make sure that you put it in advance because you're not flipping the calendar, you know, to look 2 months in advance. Does that make sense? So you want to schedule when you're going to announce those types of things and put that in your calendar on your business plan 6 weeks, 5-6 weeks in advance, and then mark that in there. So it prevents you from falling behind. You're going to be on top of it. You're going to have enough notice. You're going to give your clients enough notice. And so that's one thing that you can do is picking that for your own personal business. Some other things that I thought were super fun is finding those fun, weird, crazy dates like holidays and picking one a month to do a special or a sale or an incentive or an algorithm booster, whatever it is. So you can pick a whole bunch of different, you can see all of these. Thank you, Nicole, for sharing those. So you can see all of these like different monthly things. I thought the National Margarita Day was a really good one. Just throwing it out there. But this also has like the Super Bowl. So like don't book a party during the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like this already has those types of things on there that you can plan in advance. Some other things that I thought were fun, National Puppy Day. So this would be a great algorithm booster, and you can already have this on your schedule and you can create your own graphics. So that way you're not waiting until the day of to say, oh, it's Pina Colada Day, it's Be Your Own Boss Day, it's whatever day, and I wanted to do something for it, but now it's already noon and I have nothing planned or scheduled or created. And so it takes a little bit of time. However, every month you can pick one cool day a month and do, like I said, a sale or something around that. However, I will say the smartest thing to do is to then track your results. So if you're putting together a pina colada day, a unicorn day, right, and you're like, oh my God, all my unicorns get 10% off today, track how many people bought that day, what was the retail sold that day. So then you can go back on your calendar the next year and look and say, that sale worked out really well for me. I'm going to do that over again. Right. And like, if you're doing, I just saw April 1st, like Audrey and Carrie's birthday, you know, they're going to maybe do something for their birthday. So you plan that, you schedule that, you put that on your radar. Star Wars Day, you could do something with, I don't know, National Wine Day. And so you can prepare in advance for this kind of stuff. And it makes sense to be able to give you that time in advance to prep it. So like, do I want to do, you know, Pina Colada Day, Bosom Buddy is 10% off, right? You can do that and offer it and then track and see your success with it. So the next year, do you want to do that again or do you want to change it, right? So Nicole.
So when I took this class with Jenny Flickinger back, what was it, 3 years ago now, I think, or something like that, she also talked about if like you're going to promote product testers or, you know, make a post for product testers on January 2nd. Okay. She mentioned making sure you marked in your calendar the day before to do a random question. So, hey girls, what's your favorite mascara? Because you know, everybody's going to be on there commenting and trying to promote their stuff. Or, hey, what's your favorite breakfast? What's your favorite crock pot recipe? Because then you're going to get a bunch of comments and it's a lot of action on your public page. And then when you go to promote your post for product testers the next day, you already have that action and you're at the top of their newsfeed, so they're seeing it. So also putting in green is what I did, because money, random question, and you don't have to write out what your random question is, but just whatever that you're putting a random question that day.
Yep, absolutely. And that can be for whatever you want to do that you want the most people to see. Do an algorithm boosting post before that post. Marianne. You're muted, babe. New computer problems. It's in the bottom left.
Okay. So I wanted to ask a specific question, and this coincides with the 2021 handbook. When it gets posted, if we are a more hands-on person, instead of, you know, going completely to that document every single time we need to refer back to it, would you recommend printing it out?
You should absolutely print it out. We all print it out.
Okay.
It's like the Bible for our team. Jolene.
Sorry, everybody keeps cutting out on me. I don't know if anybody else is having that problem, and I don't know if it's just my internet. Okay. But I just got an email because I just got an order. So I just wanted to quick let you guys know what I did.
From the party?
So today I got my Dirty French stuff in. So I went live on my VIP page and I just shared it. And so Joanne, I have your Dirty French perfume now, babe, wherever the hell you are. I can't see you on the screen. Yeah, there you are. So I had also placed an order for the perfumes. And I like got them in and I like pulled them out and I was like talking about how I love it so much. It's like my ultimate favorite scent. And then somebody just placed an order for a Dirty French on my website like just now. So also going live and sharing your packages, especially when it is something new and people are like, ooh, what is it? Let me see. That's something else that definitely, like every time we release new products, I always see like random website sales that like that first couple weeks that we release new products. So
yep. And I do it on my stories. Like I don't even go live every time. I just post my shipment days and everyone knows every week Sabrina's getting a shipment in of something fun. And let's explore that sounds so bad. Let's explore my box together. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassing. But Audrey.
Just a random idea, Unicorn Day. If you have a lot of like I have a ton of limited edition lingerie still that like launched like earlier this year. If you have limited edition products that aren't around anymore,
They're unicorn.
grab bags and be like, it's all limited edition products or retired products. They don't have to know that it's like retired or whatever like that. Just like, but if you're trying
Limited
to put
edition.
a bunch of stuff,
That's super cute.
good idea for unicorn day.
You really are.
Or even
Audrey.
saying
Good
limited quantity because that puts a cap on it. So just psychologically, people when they hear limited quantity, they want to be the first one to get it, regardless of what it is.
Yep.
They're like, oh shit, there's only 4 of them. I need to have one just in case.
And just another thing, like if you are new to doing grab bags and stuff like that, give like, do like a flat price for it. Usually if you want to, you can add in tax and shipping to that price. Make sure you're still making good profit on it though, but I'll usually do 3 levels. Like I'll do like a small one, a medium, and a large one. And like the bigger it is, the more that they save. Just make sure, do the math of like what you actually, and you can go through your previous emails and your previous receipts on the COO and see what you actually paid for them, just to make sure that you're making that profit.
I got the what is it? It's something every single one of you has. It's the
womanizer?
No, the lingerie. The
No, I have to wear
lingerie.
to go out tomorrow.
She's talking about the shapewear.
Yes.
You almost made me spit my hot cocoa out. Oh my
You're
god.
like, yeah, the womanizer. We all got that. We definitely all got that.
If you don't
She's
need it,
talking
guys,
about the bodysuit, right?
womanizer's coming back on Friday.
Yeah.
Pay attention to that consultant.
And you guys talk about me lighting up about the main attraction. Look at you guys over here with that.
Oh my god.
Dude, I don't even like the womanizer.
Anybody else singing the song?
No, I just that's not for me. I'm all about
lot.
the main attraction. I don't like the womanizer at all.
See, but I'm not an internal kind of girl, so
I need both. I need
I
both,
like it all.
but like I'm not about the Jolene. Oh my god,
That's Jolene's personal stash. So in case if one dies, she never runs out.
dude! But that's what
me.
That's what my main attraction stash looks like.
Oh my god.
I have a client who used it. You guys can quote this. I had a client who used womanizer while she was. I know me, Sabrina. I know me too. Okay, it got really hot. Like, I have a client. She used womanizer on herself while she was having sex with her husband, and she said that he said that it melted him, and he did not touch him. Her using it on herself made him melt. I know we're recording, but
I can't let Vinny see my
Like
reaction
how?
to that. Like I can't let him see my natural reaction.
Yeah, I'm not into the voyeur thing. Like,
I'm in the dance studio dying.
Well, they were having sex while she was using it on herself. Like they had like 5 seconds before the kids were gonna get up. She's like, "We gotta go now." Like,
Oh yeah, now or
Right.
never. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. We just got totally such. Can't wait for everyone to watch the replay later on that one.
Everybody
know,
just
everyone's gonna be
starts
dying.
pre-orders for Womanizer this Friday. Like I'm just gonna be blasting my social media with Womanizer reviews for the next 3 days.
Yep.
be careful
that
with the
on
pre-order
Friday.
because be careful with the pre-order because if you can't get it and then you already sold 20 of them, be
Well,
careful.
no, I would like not collect like. Well, I mean, if you don't have the income, be careful of that. But like, yeah.
I wouldn't even like
They haven't
advertise
said
it
they
once
want
you
it.
got it.
They haven't been
Anyway.
selling out like crazy like they have been before though.
yeah, they were on there for over 2
Stop.
hours last time.
Okay.
Yeah,
What about Unraveled with some double tongue action? I feel like we're forgetting about that.
So
Okay.
I'm a main
I love
attraction
Okay,
mother.
I'm
I
selling
love
a
you
ton
so
of
much.
those, okay?
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I'm
love
talking
you.
about the new one though, with the little.
The one that goes like
Yeah, the unraveled.
Yeah.
For all the mamas out there, they are great for shower time. Just gonna throw that out there.
We are getting distracted, guys. Okay. So anyway,
having fun.
Have you
We're
met
gonna be
her?
reviewing our
We
own
can't
products
have
after
fun.
this meeting.
I know. Oh my god.
We need
wanna have fun,
reviews on
Sabrina.
everyone's opinion on things to know what to get next.
Well, I was going to
Word.
say to you guys though, so what Caroline is referencing, this is from, and that ties into, thank you, Carrie. Ties into perfectly what I was going to say next is for the, it doesn't come up until like the first of the month though, which is super annoying, but Pure Romance already puts the product of the week with all of the materials, all the scripts, also puts their calendar of events. But then you can see here, there's a kit sale starting tomorrow. There's a personal website sale on Wednesday. And so we were talking about this last week in our productivity group with Kayla and Michelle about Michelle feels like she would post a sale and then like corporate would come out the next day with another sale. And so I said to look at this before you do that, because like the 50% commission on your website orders of $75 and up, you should be pushing your website all Thanksgiving weekend because you're going to get 50% commission on that, right?
But
So,
if you're planning 6 weeks ahead, sometimes you can't do that.
right, but you still need to be flexible with some things. So if you're going to do a unicorn grab bag day, but it happens to be the same day as something else that you want to promote, you're going to need to make a decision. But I'm just saying, like, corporate's offering those womanizers, so you can add in that, you know, you want to start sharing reviews. I do this. I take all random anonymous reviews and I say, guess what's coming back? And I post all the reviews. And people are like, oh my God, what is that all these people have these great reviews on, these great testimonials on? And so I'm able to do that on the 6th, 7th, 8th to grab attention and then actually say it's coming out Friday. Make sure you get on my pre-order list on Monday, Tuesday. I can start promoting it. So I'm not waiting until Friday when the sale is up and the womanizers are live. I'm already talking about it a week before. And so that's what puts you a little bit apart. Different special IAP offers, you know, they're letting us know this kind of stuff in advance, which before they didn't tell us when kit sales were going to be ever. They never had told us that there was a Cyber Monday sale coming on our websites. You know, you don't know exactly what the deal is, but you know something is happening, right? So you can put that on your calendar and at least be aware of it. And so that's what the business plan is going to help you do, is take your personal life, your personal business plans and the corporate, and put it all together into one. And in 2021, it might look a little bit different, but so far, this is what corporate's been giving us. So I just been kind of rolling with it too. And it's really helped me make sure that I'm not feeling overwhelmed with the amount of sales, because you don't want to be putting out a sale to your clients every single day. That devalues the products, and people will never pay full price if they know they can just go to your, you know, message you or whatever, and there's always a deal going on. So that's going to always reduce your profits. So filling in specific, and this can be your once a month if you want to do a birthday party for all of your clients who have a birthday that month. Set that date in advance. If you want to have, you know, a customer appreciation event or the team-wide mega party, but then you want to do something on those off months, set those dates in advance. That's going to help fill in your calendar so that you know you're working that night. It may not be a party, but you already have something else planned that's going to produce money, give you sales. And so that's going to help you with your goals, because you already have one night that's set a month, right? Like team meetings, obviously those are in there, your parties are in there, your promos, your events, your sales, whatever you're offering is also going to be in there. And so adding in one, I wouldn't do more than one, like a national fun holiday, because you don't want to, like, you know, overdo it there too, but offering or doing one sort of like a month fun holiday, your product of the week schedule, whatever that looks like for you, if you want to follow the corporate one or do your own, you know, set that up now. Because if you have, and that's what I did in 2019 before corporate gave us those fancy dancy product of the week schedules and scripts, I had written down the dates and the products I was putting for product of the week. So I wrote down on my calendar what my goals were and then what my product of the week schedule was, right? All in one place on my business plan. And then I also had, like, January 8th was bubble bath day. And so I had it already set up for a sale on Skinny Dip, which thank God it's back. Is anyone else happy that Skinny Dip is back in all fragrances? Like,
that was the stupidest thing I ever did.
I'm excited.
I just think they had problems with production.
I want them to have the clean and the tighten, and like that they need that. That was huge with the signature.
I know it's definitely been huge. So I put that on their battery day, and then I had gotten a $59 order because I put something on sale, but I know I made $59 sale just from that post that day. That was February 18th, 2019, by the way. Like to be able to go back on this and see if things were producing. Napping day, of course, I picked that one. Napping day, that was a good one. And some stuff it's not supposed to always yield.
You need to find out if there's some sort of like burrito day to use all
There
your human burrito pictures.
I already saw it. It's in the first quarter of 2021. I already
You need to put all the Sabrina burrito pictures.
I am a burrito. That's true.
You are a burrito. Or like a cozy blanket day or some shit like that.
I'm sure that it exists. They have
like a day for everything.
Yeah, they have everything. And so putting that on your calendar now will allow you to think, do I want sales? Do I want to boost my algorithms? Just having some sort of plan is going to help you, like I said, not miss those types of fun events too. You can schedule all of that and not feel like you missed it. Like I was saying, pina colada day, or there was like a strawberry something day, and strawberry great head would go really great with that. Like planning that in advance will then allow you to make your own graphics, which Nicole at the next workshop in a couple weeks is going to be showing how to make your own graphics, how she makes her own graphics. So be there for that. But you can do all that in advance and then just schedule it to go up in your group that day. You can do it weeks in advance and you don't even have to worry about it posting because it's gonna go there for you. So shotgun season. Yeah. Yes, Audrey.
So while we're talking about that kind of stuff, I just want to mention something that I started doing last month. I'm not gonna lie, I fell off of using this big one. I want something a little bit more like portable. So I do have my Belinda Ellsworth for daily stuff. Then I have a daily checklist. I'm like in multiple different things, but that's how my brain functions. So find the way that you work. But I remember at our masterminds meeting last year, I had my draft disposable one that we did. So there was not a lot written in there, and I used pencil. So I erased all the things that I had in there, and now this is my VIP calendar. And so if you guys saw my post, my Fund It Friday post about, what to post in your VIP, make sure you're not just posting sales and kit sales, because people don't give a shit about that unless they're trying to buy or join it that day. So I have started doing different things every single day. And so I write it down just so I can check it off. I know that I'm going to do them, but I write them down just so I can check them off. And I do of everything I know that I'm going to do. I can schedule it out in 10 minutes, either the night before or the week before or anything like that. I started doing meme me Monday. Drop your last saved it meme. I have Toot Your Own Horn Tuesday. What have you been doing well? Wednesdays is Welcome Wednesday. So everybody that's new to the group. Thursday, I do a Thirsty Thursday post from Pink Sapphires. And Friday, I do my Duck Duck Goose game. And then also a Friday Funny. So those are my consistent things. I'm going to do a Small Business Saturday and a Sunday Fun Day. So a lot of those things are things that they have nothing to do with the romance necessarily. But yeah, so since having this and literally I write it at the beginning of the month. I write it every single day what I know is going to be consistent, but then also planning those things ahead, knowing that we have a kit sale starting tomorrow. I did another teaser for the Team Money Dream today, that type of thing. So having a separate thing of just what you're going to post in your VIP and making sure that you're not just posting the sales as they come or having those oh shit moments right before they happen, that has helped a lot.
Yes. Andrea.
I was just going to say along those same lines, if you haven't already, search hashtag Thursday Thursday in the Pure Romance team page or in the Pink Sapphires team page. And then I don't write it down because I'm really bad about that, but I will take one day of a month and I will schedule the whole next month of a meme of the day. And that every day gets at least a little bit of interaction, maybe not a whole bunch, but at least some people are commenting or whatever. So it keeps my page present, maybe not at the top of their news feed, but at least visible.
They're
so
checking back every day.
Exactly. So they like the funny stuff. So they're they don't necessarily turn off the fact that they can see the group. Because I don't know about you, but I get added to a new group every day. And half of them, I turn off the notifications because I just don't want to see it. Yeah, I support you and your party and I might place an order if I feel so inclined, but I don't want to see it every day. So I'll turn off the notifications. I'll unfollow it so it doesn't even come up in my news feed. So you need to make sure that you're posting things that are relatable. So you're not just pure romance this, pure romance that, pure romance this, pure romance that. You have to, even if it's like completely unrelated, it's just out of left field compared to pure romance, but it's relatable. It's something that women can be like, oh, you know what? That's so true. You know? And then it just keeps you present. People don't want to unfollow you.
That's how you build a culture.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
like Sabrina said, like the whole point of having this is that your business now goes on autopilot when you have this plan going in. Because and this is just something I've really been consistent with in the last month or so, scheduling my posts out. My roommate the other day goes, were you up at 9 o'clock this morning? And I'm like, no, I didn't go to bed until 7 a.m. Like, what do you mean? She goes, well, I saw you post in the group like 3 times before noon. And I'm like, girl, I didn't get up until 2, but I scheduled it out at 3 o'clock in the morning when I was up and active. Like,
yeah, but no one else is up and active at 3. So
but even my own roommate.
Right.
Like,
So if you schedule it in advance, then people don't know. I mean, so you can see insights of how many people are able to see your post and that kind of stuff. And so you'll start to see the times of day and the days of the week that have the most interaction from people. And that's where your insights in your group or on your Instagram or whatever it is really important to take into consideration. If 9 a.m. on a Monday morning doesn't work for Audrey's clients, she should be scheduling for noon. But if it works for her and people are seeing it, then keep it at 9 a.m. Doesn't mean you need to physically be there at 9 a.m. You can schedule it out in advance, and no one knows the difference. It looks like you're posting. And so that's a really great thing about the scheduler, but you can only do it for groups. So if you have, like Jolene has that party group with all her hostesses in there, she couldn't do that on an event. So you have to make sure you're being careful about the types of forms of parties and invitations and that kind of stuff you're doing too. But yeah, definitely the more content that you give people, the more that they feel they're receiving value from your page, the longer they stay on it, the more likely they are to invite friends, and the stronger connection that you have with them, because they start feeling like they're your friend, right? You want to build relationships with your clients. We're in a relationship business. And so giving them sexual health information, giving them information that they probably wouldn't see in any other group but ours, because we have that kind of leeway, is really cool. It makes us very different as well. Yes, Marianne. And then we have to move on because it's already 8:26.
All right. Okay. So it's a little off topic. We talked about this. Hold on 1 second. Yep. So we talked about this plenty of times. For those who do not feel self-confident, or for those who need that extra boost, I was at the bank, Canandaigua National Bank, the other day, and one of the ladies, Alana, she's the head manager. She told me that Canada National Bank actually coincides with Pure Romance. And not only that, she pointed something out to me that made it very solid. Affirmation. She had one of those blooming planners, and I asked her the website, and I'm like, I really need this. Like, I'm going to go buy it. Like, so I'm going to be getting on that soon. So I'm excited. Okay, totally off topic. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Thanks for sharing. All right. And then the last thing is so it doesn't really relate to this as a separate thing, but a vision or action board that helps you track your success is very important. And so we can write all of this down, right? We can sit here and say, I want to do this, I'm going to do this. But unless if you actually sit down and do it and you track your success, it's not going to happen. And there's only so much your leaders can do for you, because we have our own businesses to run as well. Keep that in mind. 80% of our time should be focused on our own business, and 20% of our time should be focused on our teams. And so I'm saying that to all you leaders who spend a lot of time not focusing on your own personal businesses. You know, you have to make sure that you have a solid business and that it's very self-sustaining, very self-efficient before you can even teach other people. And so we've been doing business plans, oh my God, for years now. I can't even believe we're having the business plan team meeting. And over the years, it looks just different. This year especially, because a lot is on Zoom. And so a lot of it is you can get more done in a shorter amount of time, but that's also the double-edged sword, is that you can get less done because you don't have to physically leave to go places. You don't have to meet people. You just jump on a call, jump on a Zoom. It makes it a lot easier to slack. And so what I would suggest, and this is an idea from Kayla. Kayla wants to put together a goal bucket or goal board, vision board, Zoom, so that we can all be crafty and have like a fun night still together, even though we can't physically be together. So that date will be coming up. It'll be in January, once we have our goals kind of set for the year type of thing, but also having some sort of tracker. So whether it's a thermometer, whether it's check boxes and you check it off as you go, or some ladies do goal buckets. So goal buckets are where you break down your goals and you divide them into little like clothespins around a bucket. And then every time you hit like $1,000 or a new team member or whatever milestone is important in your business, you drop it in the bucket. And that drop in the bucket is a sound of success. It's a sound of progress, right? And so whatever you're motivated by, to me, I'm a thermometer girl through and through. You guys know this. Oh my God, buckets. I love seeing the buckets. And so I love crossing things off, and I love using my Sharpies and highlighters to go up and up the thermometer. Some girls love the buckets. It just really is up to you. But making sure that you have some sort of visual that's going to be in front of your mind. So Jolene says she has calendars all over. She's ready to go for 2021. And that's one thing that I wanted to bring into the end of this, is that 2020, unfortunately, is not over yet. However, where your business is basically where it's going to be. So there's only so much time left this year. I personally take the 15th off from parties of December on. I don't want to be doing parties, so I try to hit my goals in advance, and I make sure that I account for that time that I'm going to take off. I schedule those times off, and my business is still sufficient because I'm able to schedule things out, but I'm not at my computer on my phone 24/7 for 2 full weeks. And I do that every year, but what I like to do during that time is make sure that my goals and what I'm doing propels me into 2021. And so you should be right now looking at your January party calendar, figuring out how many parties you need, and start reaching out to people to fill those dates. Because I don't want you on Christmas Day or on New Year's Eve to say, shit, I have no parties for January. What am I going to do, right? You want your calendars to be full before the 1st. You want them to be over full. So you should be overbooking in case if there's cancellations, in case if a party isn't typical, maybe there's 1 or 2 orders. That happens to all of us, guys. I've had $0 parties, right? I've had parties where $0, no bookings. I drove an hour each way. I smell like cigarettes because my lingerie, they were smoking in the house. Like I've seen it all, guys. And I'm still here almost 10 years later. And I wanted to share with you some things of, hopefully, I know this is overwhelming. That's why it's recorded. Thank you, Carrie, for reminding me. But I wanted you guys to be able to see that there's so much more into goal setting and into running a business. But once you put the time in, it's a lot up front. The rest of your year is just going to flow because it's already scheduled. It's already planned. You already know what you want to do. And so right now, over the next 2 months, we should be focused on how to make 2021 huge, right? How do we set ourselves up for success now and work on it now so that in January, February, and March, we're ready for a killer first quarter. Like I was saying, most of your sales happen the first quarter of the year for our industry. And so if you're looking at, right now, I don't really have too many parties on my books, that's okay, because I want you to fill up your January. I want you to start thinking about forward progress and the habits that you're creating. So whether it's writing everything down, I want you to have this this size calendar because it's going to get messy. So if you start writing things down, this is going to be your first draft, okay? So you start writing things down in here and you start planning it out and then something happens, that's okay. That's what this is $1, right? And then once you get your real, I mean, are there erasable highlighters? I feel like that's a thing nowadays. I should invest in some erasable highlighters.
There's erasable markers that I'm sure you could work as a highlighter, but yeah.
Yeah. I need to find those.
I have erasable highlighters.
got
The
you.
only thing is that they like it's not like once you write it, it kind of like keeps it there. Like it's not like that's not like fully.
It
like
just fades it.
erasable pens.
Right, it just fades it.
Erasable, but not.
Yeah, like
There's a brand of erasable pens.
These whiteout things are my best friend. I
Yeah.
love these.
But that's why this is like my final draft, right? So I hang this up. I have a really nice hook. This is like a $10 calendar, okay? So I put this up, but I wanted you all to have this so that we can start working on this together. So over the next few weeks, I want to see your calendars. I want to see your January. And it doesn't need to be filled with parties. It can just be your Thursday nights, you want to be your party nights. So those are highlighted green already. Whatever fun holiday of the month you're going to put in there. The team meeting. Is the new product launch for January released yet? Did you hear we're getting new lingerie in January? We like that.
Only because you told us.
Oh, sorry, I told you. There's new lingerie coming in January. So I'm really excited about that too, but all that kind of stuff. So I want to see your drafts, because if you tell me you want to do 4 parties a month, but you aren't dedicating 4 nights, or you're not dedicating time to be able to work that, that's not going to make sense. And I can't help you reach your goals, hold you accountable, coach with you if you aren't setting that aside. So I wanted to sit down and do all this tonight. And if you're overwhelmed and everything, like I said, we'll have the replay, and also we can schedule a coaching call for everyone's individual situations, because all of your calendars are going to look different, every single one of you. But that's the beautiful thing about it, is that you can work this business as much or as little as you want. And that's a really great thing is, when life happens, you can take time off, you can step away. But that doesn't mean that your business needs to step away too. You can kind of get that worked out together. So are there any final either comments or one last thing before we get into recognition and I stop the recording of the Zoom? Nicole.
For those who don't work full-time with Pure Romance, this may seem super overwhelming and you're thinking to yourself, I don't know what my work schedule is going to be because it changes from week to week. Some of you may be lucky enough to have a set Monday through Friday. You can still do all the other stuff, and then work your business and fill in the green days you're going to work your business once you get your schedule. But definitely filling in Pink Sapphires meetings, filling in, the corporate events, filling in any of the random questions, any of those national days you want to remember to post about in your VIP group, because you can pre-post those, but just making sure that you.
On that same note, I do have a different full-time job, so because I bid for schedules, so now I have a calendar that I can bid for those specific days off, knowing that either I want to have a party that day, or there's a team meeting that day, or there's a corporate event, whatever, that I am committing to myself to attend. I can know that ahead of time and request a time off.
Yeah.
Same here. When I worked full-time as a paramedic, I requested off every single team meeting night. It didn't matter what. I made sure I got out of work and was there because this business meant that much to me.
And then you went full-time.
Yep.
That's my mama.
You know her. All right. Any other questions? I'm going to stop the Zoom. So we'll say goodbye to everyone on Zoom. Okay, bye.